Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast vs. Player episode 49. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who remembers the good times, when phones were stupid and people were smart. It's only Dan.
Bonjour.
Buongiorno.
How you doing?
Alright, I was going to say something else in another language, but I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Barely know English.
That's true.
On that note, want some news, you fucker?
Yeah, I'll have some bloody news, you wankstain.
Yeah. Hardcore. A surprise X-Man will appear in Deadpool. Not in Deadpool, in the film.
Surprise X-Man.
Yes.
Well, there's only one it could really be, considering it's Deadpool.
Your prediction?
Wolverine.
No.
Really?
Yep.
But he's the one who constantly pisses him off.
He pisses everyone.
No, I mean, he sort of goes out of his way to say he's better than Wolverine in every way.
He probably will if there's a sequel.
I guess. Well, if not him then, would it be someone, a sort of comic relief character like him, or is it someone quite serious?
More
Cable?
serious. No.
Oh,
Cable would have been amazing.
Yeah, I only say that because obviously they put him in the game, so people would know if they played the game.
There's a lot of history back and forth between them.
Well, yeah. But no, I don't know then. Tell me.
You shall find out. The first bit of news for Deadpool isn't that.
Well, don't! You
But
can't
no,
just leave me hanging on that.
It's leading into it.
Go on then.
MMA fighter turned actress Gina Carano has joined Ryan Reynolds in Fox's upcoming Deadpool movie. After beginning her acting career in the Steven Soderbergh directed Carano-centered vehicle Haywire, the actress went on to take a supporting role in 2013's Fast and Furious 6 and has just finished production on Bus 657 with Robert De Niro. Now, however, she has jumped on board the Tim Miller directed movie about Marvel's comics iconic Merc with a Mouth, aka Deadpool, alongside Ryan Reynolds and comedic actor TJ Miller. The actress is set to play Angel Dust, who in the comics is a part of the Morlocks, an underground mutant group, which in itself is pretty cool.
Well, the fact that they're getting Morlocks into it is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking that idea.
Yeah.
The same place where we got this information from also reports that Russian mutant Colossus will appear in the film.
Holy Christ!
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I didn't see it coming.
No.
That's probably the last X-Man I'd expect.
Well, he's so underused in every other X-Men film.
That's probably why they're bringing him in.
But what? If they put Wolverine in, I mean, they could just get Hugh Jackman to voice him and then just make him actual Wolverine rather than Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Just have Wolverine in the suit, man.
Well, exactly, yeah, like in his proper suit, proper size, proper dimensions and everything, but Hugh Jackman as a voice because people would go and listen to him, I guess. But Colossus, that's a wild one. I'm impressed. Very impressed.
Obviously, this is rumour.
True, but if that was the case, it means that they're taking risks with maybe not the A-list characters, you know, that people, well, everyone would know about, you know, Storm, Cyclops, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But a Morlock and Colossus, well done, Marvel. If you actually go along that kind of route and it is just people...
Not Fox.
Well, it's still Marvel's characters, though, isn't it? They've still got to give it... They've got to sign off on it.
I suppose so.
Yeah, of course they have. I mean, Fox will only have the rights to some of the characters.
Well, yeah, but Marvel still can't use them in their own films. Obviously, it's Disney.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah. They should all sell them back to Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's their characters. But
as soon as Marvel have finished, you know, Guardians 2, Civil War, and Avengers 3, they'll have so much money that they could just buy everything back.
I'm pretty sure Disney can buy everything anyway, regardless of what time it is.
Yeah, but they probably got like a Marvel budget, so like, you know, Toy Story budget won't come into, you know, they'll be like, well, you've got billions. It's like, yeah, but we haven't allocated to you, we haven't.
No, I suppose. But if it's a chance to make more money, they'll take the risk.
I think that people realise that comic book movies are huge business at the moment.
I'll be surprised if Disney don't try to get back every single Marvel character.
If they do, just so you could make one film with all of them in, then that's that just shows that they genuinely care about the people who are going to see it.
No.
Well, think how much time and effort go into, making like their animated films. Like I saw there was a documentary, and it was about Pixar, I think. Steve Jobs and all that talking about it. And basically, like they got in whoever it was that either wrote or directed, or one of the producers or something. Toy Story, the first one, and then they saw the script that they put together for Toy Story 2. And they didn't like it at all, and literally rewrote the entire thing because they said, because it was going to be initially, I believe, it was going to be a straight to DVD.
Yeah.
And they went back and said, no, we're not prepared to accept this. This isn't good enough for everything we've done before. This isn't good enough.
Yeah, but
and they rewrote the entire thing.
They originally didn't want Toy Story to happen anyway. When it was pitched, they said, no, shit. It's not going to sell, and they had like the smallest budget, for ever for a Disney film.
Well, considering it's all CGI, it was the first film that was like all CGI.
Yeah, it was the first full CGI film, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's not cheap, especially in those days.
Well, Pixar, that's their job, though, isn't it?
It's
they wouldn't
true,
have
but that's
paid
still
anyone to do it.
A full feature-length film, anyway. That's pretty expensive.
I suppose. But by today's standards, anyway, it'll be cheap as fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, increased software, people know what they're doing with it. Yeah, so I think that a Deadpool film that's going to be all CGI, I think
it's
that...
not, though.
Well...
We've already... last Wednesday, I think it was, Reynolds released, teased a picture of him stood next to the suit. So...
Well, maybe if they did go and do it all in CGI, you've got more you can do with it. You can put anyone you want to into it.
Live action.
No, I don't necessarily mean this one. I just mean that if it works, they could say maybe we do an all CGI one.
I think they should have anyway.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Because Deadpool is just ridiculous. Like the stuff he does, which would be a lot easier to pull off if it was animated.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, when you're doing something that's animated and live action, you can tell. You can tell so easily.
Well, Amazing Spider-Man 2 looked really fucking good.
No, well, it's not maybe when you go and see it in the cinema, you're like, this is amazing. But, you go back and watch Matrix Reloaded, and every time it's CGI Neo, you're just like, oh god, that looks awful.
Yeah, but that's... How old's Reloaded?
I don't know, 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But that's my point though. If it was all made in that CGI, the what was it? The Final Flight of the Osiris was one of the Animatrix films.
Yeah.
Now, by CGI standards for today, it's obviously not the best thing. But because it's all CGI, that there's no, if a real person walked into it, you'd be like, oh my god, everything looks awful apart from that person.
Well, yeah,
but because it's all CGI, you just don't notice. I mean, it's still, even by today's standards, I think it's still pretty good looking. I think it's how games will end up looking. That sort of realistic. Obviously, not more realistic than a person would do, but as close as you can possibly get. Well, maybe not in our lifetime, but
that's where it's heading.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah. Moving on though. Speaking of games, Sony have listed every single game confirmed for 2015, and there's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Sony's published a list of all the currently confirmed PlayStation 4 games along with their release dates, all the scheduled to ship in 2015. While some of the highly anticipated games are listed, such as Uncharted 4, Thief's End, No Man's Sky, Sony does urge the list is subject to change due to the unexpected nature of game development. Nevertheless, should all projects stay on track, the PS4 will add 232 titles to its library by the end of the year. 20 of those are available now, whilst another 20 have confirmed release dates such as Batman Arkham Knight, Bloodborne and Battlefield Hardline, while the remaining 192 games have no specific launch date aside from their 2015 target. Meanwhile, another 72 PlayStation 3 games are listed, along with 79 PlayStation Vita titles.
And are these all Sony exclusives? With the exception of, obviously, Battlefield and all that sort of stuff.
No, I can't imagine so. Literally just looking over at the list, Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, PS3, PS Vita. I imagine that will also be on everything else.
I cannot believe that they're able to make another Duke Nukem
Well,
after the fiasco of the last one.
it's no, it's not. It's Devolver Digital have made it, which I'm pretty sure didn't make the last one.
I know, but there's no call for it. No one was like, "This is amazing, let's get another one."
Not once did anybody say
No. So
also,
it
fucking
may be
Arkham
good,
Knight and
you know.
Bloodborne. Arkham Knight and Battlefield. Sorry, obviously that's
of course,
multi-platform.
yeah.
So there's still a lot of games though to go with what's already out now, which ain't a fat lot, but
No. But yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
that's still more than I expected, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Have we got a comparative list between Nintendo, Microsoft,
No.
PC?
Literally, it's just Sony have released it.
Okay. Well, off the back of this, though, do you reckon that other, sort of console manufacturers will then say, "Well, they're doing these, we're doing these"?
I can't see Nintendo doing it because even if they have, because people of today will look at a list and go, "That list's bigger than that list, so that list is better."
probably right.
Nintendo's obviously gonna have. It might have more exclusives, but the list itself will be smaller because it won't have the multi-platform games that PS4 and Xbox One gets.
Yeah.
I imagine if Microsoft have got a little bit less or more, then they will. If it's a lot less, including multi-format games, I don't think they will.
No.
Unless they throw in, they just do it as Microsoft and throw in what games you can get on Steam.
Or what you will eventually get on Steam.
Yeah. So, in which case, they would win the big list. Because there's a game every fucking day on Steam.
Well, maybe if Microsoft and Nintendo and, maybe even Steam or, Microsoft Studios, something like that, if they come out and say this is what we're planning to release over 2015, we may come back to this and look at the exclusive ones rather than the multi-platform and see how those lists stack up. So, but the thing, like you say, to remember with this is it's not quantity, it is quality.
Yeah. Which,
so,
to be honest, at the minute, Nintendo's winning on in my eyes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this list looks pretty good.
There's a lot of good stuff on here.
There is. The only one I'm particularly interested in, though, is Battlefront, obviously.
Batman?
Still more excited for Battlefront.
Really?
Honestly.
See, no. We don't know nothing about it.
Well, what has been confirmed is that there will be, as I thought there would be, tie-in DLC with the Episode 7 movie.
We called it.
Yeah, we did indeed. It was, like I said before, I can't remember how many podcasts ago it was, but I basically said that they would be missing a huge chance if they didn't tie into it. So if they are, like they said they are, going to do, vehicles, landscapes, from the film, that means, hopefully, in my eyes anyway, no movie tie-in game with it.
There will be.
No.
There will be.
No. I refuse. Now that they've got DLC on this, they've got no reason at all to.
They have reason.
That's fine.
It's called money.
True.
Something apparently they haven't got enough of.
Well, no. But I've seen a couple of behind-the-scenes of James Bond Spectre.
Yes.
Over the last week or so.
This is publicly available, by the way. Dan, we wasn't invited.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't there.
Up to the Alps or anything.
Yeah, but everyone's obviously incredibly excited who's working on it. I can't wait. Like they were even saying themselves, with how successful Skyfall was, they have to top it.
Yeah.
And if they can pull it off, it has the potential to be the best Bond film ever. And that is up for debate.
See, I still prefer Casino Royale.
What, to Skyfall?
Yeah, Skyfall was amazing, but I really, really, really loved Casino Royale.
Do you know what it was, right? I think it's the fact that it was so confined. The majority of it was within the actual casino itself.
Yeah.
So it was literally just these two guys playing off against each other. They knew that both of them were going to try... Well, yeah, it's Hannibal. But they knew that they were trying to kill each other, but they still had to keep up this facade that they were there to win. And he was trying to obviously win all of his money back to pay off his, dictator army or whoever they were. and then Bond is obviously trying to stop him from winning all this, and then try and kill him at the same time. There was just so much tied up in just one game. It was brilliant, but Skyfall, it had, I don't know, there was just so much more, like the plan. I think I would have liked to have seen more development in the bad dude. I can't remember his name, you know, that's what
he was a good villain.
He was, like, when he dislocated his jaw and, like, half his face fell apart. Oh, that was brutal.
Did not expect that.
No, not at all. But, you know, they've reintroduced Q, they've got Ralph Fiennes back as M. Super looking forward to Spectre.
It looks, just from the behind the scenes stuff, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people still don't like him, but I do like Craig as Bond.
I think, I always, Brosnan was always my Bond. But as soon as I saw Casino Royale, I was like, in a pit, mate. This guy's amazing.
It's my top three. It was originally Brosnan, Connery, and I actually didn't hate Timothy Dalton.
No, Dalton and Brosnan, they would have been mine. Like Live and Let Die, brilliant, and then obviously GoldenEye. Well, I'd say GoldenEye, and then possibly Tomorrow Never Dies.
I'd liked him. I didn't like Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, I'm glad she was killed off.
Yeah.
But you know, like the big Russian guy and like the torture and everything like that they were going to go through.
It was good.
That was good. But then there's also, what was the one with Robert Carlyle in? Because Robert Carlyle was a fucking brilliant bad guy.
Die Another Day. Was it Die Another Day?
No, that was the very last Brosnan one with Madonna and he was like a Chinese guy and the satellites and stuff. That was crazy. It was the one before that.
GoldenEye.
The World Is Not Enough.
The World Is Not Enough.
Was it that one?
Pretty sure it was. They were the only ones Brosnan did.
Yeah, but there was like an underground submarine, you know, and there's the what's her name, Jessica Biel? She like Christmas Jones. I can't remember what her name is now, the actress, but there was a big oil pipeline, and you know, Robbie Coltrane got killed in it and stuff. Goldie was in it. It was just an excellent film, and then that was it. Like that was the sort of the last decent Bond film, and then it was just sort of, you know, into the farce of Die Another Day. And then you just sort of like, Bond's on its arse now. And then Casino Royale comes out and just kicks you in the face and just says, "This is Bond now." And he's just like, holy shit.
He is.
I do want to see a Spectre tie-in game.
So I don't know, because after the last few Bond games.
Well, I got, what was it called?
Since GoldenEye, they've been shit.
So I got GoldenEye Reloaded. I played Quantum of Solace. It wasn't very good.
It had the potential to be good.
Well, that's the thing. It really did.
It looked better than the fucking film.
Yeah, it was, you know, like running around with big LMGs and stuff. It looked great. But it just wasn't particularly good. Then I got Legends, of course. And then there's Bond Bloodstone as well. Now, Bloodstone was another Bond game that wasn't actually tied into a film at all. But it was pretty good. You know, it had some elements of it that were pretty good. Like, there was a radar watch and stuff, and it was pretty good. So I did like that. I like the sort of the Bond games that don't necessarily have anything to do with the film, because they...
Yeah, like Rogue Agent.
Not all of them. There was another one, though. What was it called? There was a one with Willem Dafoe in it. I can't remember what it's called, but that was an excellent one. I absolutely loved that.
Really? I don't remember that one.
Yeah. It was a Brosnan. You were still Brosnan, but William Dafoe was like Max Zorin, who was Christopher Walken, like with it. I think it was a Roger Moore one. Like, you know, he had like the big blimp, and he like fell off the blimp or something and died. Like he was like his friend or he's related to him or something like that, and he makes a crack at him.
Everything or Nothing.
That was it, yeah, Everything or Nothing. It had a really good title intro as well. Like, the song was dead good. It had a proper Bond intro. Yeah, it was just a really good game. I really liked it.
I don't think I ever played that. What was that on?
I had it for the Xbox.
Original?
Yeah. And for its time as well, it did look pretty good. I'd say go and watch some Let's Play videos. There was like, you know, there was gadgets, there was like abseiling.
I forget by the time we've done this.
Oh, I'll remind you. I absolutely loved it. I'll tell you what, I'll just send you a link to the title screen, like with the song and stuff. It was dead good. But yeah, Spectre game, along those lines.
Who do you think this is literally just something for us, because we're usually quite good at this kind of stuff now. But who do you think will sing the theme song for Spectre?
Ooh, good question. I did like the was it Adele?
Adele was an excellent choice.
Yeah, that whole song, it screamed Bond.
Yeah,
it was perfect. It was perfect. My only concern is though that these days there's not, they don't tend to go for like the sort of the Shirley Basses and the Beatles and stuff, because obviously they weren't just popular, they were huge names. They were global powerhouses. And these days it's just sort of like, who's popular? Adele, right? Okay, we'll get Adele in with Mark Ronson.
Yeah.
But the Chris Cornell theme tune for
I did like
Casino
that.
Royale.
But it wasn't Bond though.
I disagree. I get goosebumps whenever I listen to it, and like that intro as well, where it's all sort of silhouetted. Oh, I love that. If we could get him back in and do another one, I'd be down for that.
Jack White and Alicia Keys one was awful.
Alicia Keys?
Yeah, that was for Quantum of Solace.
Oh god,
it was awful. No, but the guitar in it is really good. But then they sing, and it's awful. I actually think, and I don't like him at all, but my girlfriend's quite a big fan. There's a guy called Hosier.
I saw that advertised on something a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
like his new album. He just had long hair and a beard. That's all I can remember.
Yeah, she didn't say fancies him, but she does like his music, and it was on in the car the other day, and mainly because of it was more the music that was on the song, whatever the fuck it's called. It's in the charts in a minute. And I actually think he would make quite a good. He would do a good Bond song. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was very. Remember the Tom Jones one? I can't remember what film it's for. I want to say Thunderball.
Thunderball. No, I can't remember that.
I really like that. I can't remember now. I'm sure it's Thunderball. I could be completely wrong, but
right.
I imagine it'd be something similar to that.
Okay. I'll tell you who I think actually should do it.
Metallica.
No,
I made
no. Although saying that, like Metallica's "For Whom the Bell Tolls" is like an intro to Zombieland. It was fucking brilliant. But no, I think Cunt and the Gang. I think they should come in and do Spectre's theme tune. I think that'd be amazing.
I don't think that's going to happen. I can see the Saturdays being a first choice over Cunt and the Gang.
Possibly. If you haven't heard anything about Cunt and the Gang, YouTube them immediately. Especially,
it's just something me and Dan did in our spare time.
No, it's not. I wish. My God. Go and listen to either Bangers and Mash or Use My Arsehole as a Cunt. Classic songs.
So much beeping to do on this podcast.
We don't beep. We're not censors.
We don't get enough listeners to censor anything.
True, yeah.
Anyway, Dan, I've been watching Archer, and I think they should fuck James Bond off and do an Archer film.
No. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances should they do an Archer film. It's an amazing TV show.
Yeah, it's
they need
fantastic.
to keep it as such.
To be fair,
do you know what I mean though? Like I was on about I can't remember which podcast. I think it was the games, the TV shows, and I can't remember what I suggested, but I said it was in the style of Archer. But do you know what I mean? No. No, it was. Oh shit! I can't remember what it was now. But just anything, just sort of like you could put it into that kind of medium where everything just looks beautiful. Everything's just so well drawn, and then just sort of had like funny like Conquer. I think I might have said
possibly.
But it's just it's not about like the lighting and the shadows and how the camera is. It's just drawn on, and it's just the dialogue that's going on. Yeah, that's what makes it. So I mean, if you I think you could put Archer into like South Park levels of cartoon animation, and it would still be amazing.
I'll be honest. As far as animation goes, I'd probably say South Park is better animated. It's very crude, the animation in Archer, but
yeah,
it really does suit it. And I
Yeah,
think
that- I
if it
agree,
looked
yeah.
too visually stimulating, I think that would take away some of the... Because you do, like you say, all you've got really is the dialogue.
Yeah, and when you've got that to focus on, and there's not much really movement on characters except in sort of fight scenes and stuff. You know, it could just literally be all of them in a room,
Yeah.
like, and just chatting away and just shouting at each other, insulting each other, and it's brilliant.
Well, there was an episode we watched earlier, and there was two characters talking, but the camera was still on Archer, and he was literally just stood there, like it was like zoomed in on his face. And I thought, the Xbox froze, because it was literally there for like a minute or two, and then he started talking now, because you could still hear them, but all you could see was Archer.
Yeah.
But because the animation is really poor, you couldn't really tell, because he wasn't even blinking or anything.
Maybe it did freeze.
No, I rewound it after, just to make sure, see if I'd missed anything.
Alright, well maybe they were just trying to kill some screen time.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we can't be asked to animate all this, so we'll just keep it on one.
Makes sense. Anyway, what have we got coming up on the channel?
We've got the Civil War kind of breakdown thing we're going to do, some ideas for the Marvel, we assume Captain America 3 Civil War, how we'd like it to turn out, what we think they'll do, what they should do, all that kind of good stuff. I've been playing Spore again today, and it's only just occurred to me that I actually lost all my Spore stuff, so it's been like a year since I've even recorded anything from that, so there's no huge loss. But I started a new species called the Kojaks.
The Kojaks.
Yeah, so
Have they got lollies?
they haven't, unfortunately. They've got big horns on their head. I may go back, but to be honest, I'm too interested in it, so probably not. But, you know, all the usual stuff that we promised that we never record. All that sort of stuff. Space Engineers, Minecraft, all the DayZ, all that glorious stuff.
We will have a new Can You Believe It this week, though.
Oh my god, yes. Can't wait for
we'll
that.
film that. I'm not going to promise a day, but it will definitely go up this week.
New PvP show?
We'll do another PvP show,
Excellent.
because it's been 2 weeks now.
About 2 weeks, yeah. And I mean, it's not a quick thing to animate either, so we
No,
need to get
we
that
need
out.
to get something filmed.
Definitely.
Recorded, sorry. And I think that's it, if I'm honest. Dan put a new video up yesterday or today.
Yeah, it was very early hours today, so yeah, basically yesterday, for an online space fighter shooter called Star Conflict. It's free to play on Steam, so you can go and check that out, see what you think. Download it if you can. If you like it, feedback to us. If you don't, then fuck off.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
But other than that, I don't think we've got much else in the pipeline.
I don't think so. Oh, I've got. I'll be filming Gang Beasts on Wednesday,
Oh, excellent.
so we'll get that up.
You've got James or Chris with you?
Chris is popping in,
Excellent.
so we're gonna have a bit of a Gang Beast gang bang.
Nice.
And then she'll probably leave it until it becomes online, and then we'll get like 4 of us to do it.
Yeah, that I do look forward to that when it
Finally happens.
I know, right? They'll do it eventually.
They will. It's
but
quite
I was thinking
popular.
about because I was going to go back on and play some more Battlefield Hardline the other day, but the beta's finished again. So I may go back on and do some of the other mode settings for Battlefield 4. Do some more videos for that, because that's a pretty straightforward one to try and record, really.
And you're getting quite good. No, wait, you're not.
No, I never was, never will be.
It's probably better than me.
Probably, but that's not saying much.
Whoa, I'm the king
I'm
of
better than
Battlefield.
you. I'm better
Battlefield.
than you at most things,
Really?
with the exception of maybe beard growing
I have had a shave today, so
and child rearing and stuff. Those are like the only things that you could possibly beat me on.
I don't know, Dan. I'm not the best father.
You said it, not me. It's fine.
It's not really that funny, but I was sat playing on my phone the other week, and I just fed him, and he was sat having his milk, and he was sat in his high chair, and he was watching Bolt, and I was just playing on my phone, and then all I've heard is Chris Evans say, if anyone wants to leave, now's your chance. And I've looked up, and he'd been watching Captain America 2 for like 20 minutes.
Why do I get the feeling this is going to be played back in court one day?
Don't matter, I'll be dead by then.
So, oh, right, okay.
I hope not. Anyway, the last 3 things you watched. A nice easy one.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Archer, obviously. Although Callum's only just started watching Archer, I'm up to date on it, season 6, which is fucking amazing, as you can imagine. Then I was watching Scrubs yesterday. Just sort of revisiting Scrubs because it's been years since I've probably watched
Scrubs,
it.
I hope.
Yeah, season 6, I think. It was just after the one where Laverne dies. So it's like middle of...
super sad.
I know, yeah. It's like the middle of season 6 or something, but Scrubs is always funny, so I was watching that. And then I was watching something... What was I watching this morning? The Ricky Gervais show, of course. Love the Ricky Gervais show. And like, plus I was watching while I was doing...
They do not promote other similar animations.
Oh, right, okay, so you're taking the higher ground when it comes to animated comedy shows.
Yes. Except for Archer. Except for Archer.
How long's that been out for?
Oh, according to me, a day.
So we're ahead of the curve. Right, okay, that's fine then. No legal issues, I'm sure.
Anyway, that is literally it now. We've got nothing. My news teats are all empty. You suckled me dry, Dan.
Oh, well, as always.
News or not.
Milk you dry, yeah.
If you want to check out some more of our stuff, you can head over to the website, which is www.podcastversusplayer.com or .co.uk, depending on how lazy you are with your typing. You can visit our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/podcastversusplayer, or you can email us, Dan,
at playervpodcast@gmail.com.
Superb.
Yeah.
Right, it was like looking through a beautiful sunset through a Fox's Glacier Mint.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, you pulled it off really well.
I'm glad you got it.
Got a bit of glitter on me.
Oh, well done. Speaking of glitter, you can also contact us on Twitter.
Because it rhymes.
Yeah, at Podcast versus Player.
There you go. You've got it, Dan.
That's it, I know everything.
Which is good.
Because I'm a social media guru.
Next week, Mr. Guru Man, is our 50th episode.
Yay!
We've managed to make it this far. And Dan will be taking the reins.
Yes, I intend to deprive Callum of all of his usual supplements and nutrients from gaming and video, news, all that good stuff. No comic books, he can't read anything. And then I'm going to be doing everything on his behalf.
Yes.
He'll have a little intro, we'll have some news, we'll have some laughs. Probably not many. But yeah, instead of me depriving myself of all news items, Callum gets a turn in the hot seat.
Yes, I get to sit here unaware of anything. Like a usual day, really. But
pretty much, yeah.
No, Dan has never, ever, ever done a podcast from scratch. Obviously, does
not that I'm not capable, week. Obviously.
Well, we shall soon see. We have a week.
Well, it's either going to be 4 hours long or it's going to be 3.5 minutes long. So.
Probably the latter, because I'll be like, "You ready to do the podcast?" Oh shit!
No, I've already got my schedule planned out. I'm going to be consulting various news sources online. I'm going to be contacting people, and I'm going to make sure it's a good one. It's a big 50. It's a big number. It's
got to be good, Dan.
Well, if it all goes well, then I'm planning on number 100 also being done by me as well.
So, every 49 episodes, I'll have a break.
Pretty much. And be thankful for that.
Right. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Forever.
Oh, yes.